Have you ever looked at a piece of furniture or really any wooden object and thought, you know what, I could design that better? Well, today we're going to do just that. We're stepping right into the designer's workshop to show you how you can build your very own custom plywood completely from scratch.
So let's just dive right in. I want you to forget about just walking into a store and picking a board off the shelf. Imagine for a second that you're the architect. What if you could call all the shots? Every single element, from the type of wood deep in its core to the final finish you see and touch. What if you could create something that is absolutely perfect for your vision? Well, that's what we're going to map out today.
All right, so here's our game plan. We'll start by choosing the core materials, the real soul of the board. Then we'll get into engineering your perfect board, and after that, sizing up the finish. And finally, we'll see how all those choices magically come together to create your final product.
And this, right here, this is our roadmap for the whole process. Think of it as your personal checklist for building the perfect board. As you can see, we're going to walk through 7 key decisions. Everything from the wood species and resin, all the way to the construction method and final density.
Okay, first things first. Every great project, and I mean every great project, needs a solid foundation. So let's start with the absolute fundamentals, the choices that are going to define the entire character of your plywood.
Let's kick things off with step number 1. And that is selecting your wood species. This is truly the heart and soul of your board. Think about it. Are you building a super sturdy desk that needs to handle years of abuse? Then the incredible strength of birch is probably your best friend. Or maybe you're making a lightweight decorative shelf. Well, then poplar is ideal. This one choice sets the entire tone, both visually and structurally.
All right, on to our second key decision.
So, what holds it all together? That's where the resin mix comes in. And listen, this is way more than just glue. The type of resin you choose determines how durable the board is, how it handles moisture. Basically, this one choice decides whether your creation can brave the great outdoors or if it's strictly an indoor piece. It's a big deal.
And the final step in picking our core materials? Number 3.
This is where you pick your face veneers. Okay, so if the wood species is the heart, the face veneer, well, it's the face. It's the very first thing people see. It's the surface they touch. This choice is 100% about the final look, the aesthetic you're trying to nail.
You could think of face veneers kind of like the cover of a book. They're these super thin, beautiful outer layers that really give the plywood its final appearance and feel. They're what makes it look rustic or super modern or, anything in between.
Okay, so we've got our core materials and aesthetic figured out. Now let's switch gears and get a little technical. It's time to engineer the board for performance. We're talking strength, quality, and durability.
Kicking off this section is choice number 4.
This is where you select your quality grade, and it's really about deciding on the level of visual perfection you're after. Do you need a totally flawless, cabinet-grade surface with 0 knots or blemishes, or is a more rustic look, with a bit more character, totally fine for your project? It's all about matching the finish to the function.
Next up, let's dial in the physical dimensions with step 5. This is the moment your design concept gets its real-world measurements. How long does it need to be? How wide? How thick? This step is all about tailoring the board to the exact specs of your project, making sure you get a perfect fit right from the get-go.
Now let's talk about what's going on inside the board with step 6.
With step 6, you're picking your method of construction. This is basically the board's internal architecture. How are all those layers or plies put together? For instance, cross-banding them, where the grain direction alternates with each layer, creates incredible stability. The way your board is built on the inside has everything to do with its strength and how it's going to hold up under stress. All right, our board is pretty much fully engineered for both form and function. There's just one last physical property we need to lock in to complete the design.
And the final piece of our design puzzle brings us to number 7.
Finally, you select your density. Now, this might seem like a small detail, but trust me, it's critical. Do you need a really lightweight panel that's easy to move around and work with? Or are you looking for a dense, heavy-duty board that's great for sound insulation and can really take a beating? The density affects the weight, the sturdiness, and even how well it holds a screw.
And just like that, we've walked through the entire process. You've gone from a simple idea to a fully specified, custom-designed board that's now ready to be brought to life.
So let's just quickly recap how it all came together. You picked your wood species, the resin mix, and the face veneers. Then you decided on the quality grade, the size and thickness, the construction method, and of course, the overall density.
Each and every one of those decisions builds on the last to create a piece of plywood that is 100% uniquely yours.
So, there you have it. You've seen the roadmap, you know all the creative levers you can pull. The power to design is literally in your hands now. So the only real question left is this. You know the steps, what are you going to create?